Greetings, Xers. This is Matt from XRadioX. Now, you eagle-eared listeners may notice that our previous episode we mentioned was episode 37, and this episode that you're about to hear is episode 36. And what happened is we got into a DeLorean, we went back in time, and we recorded this episode before the episode about Homecoming, and then we just decided to play them in reverse order for your entertainment. So without further ado, here's the episode about fixing country music, episode 37, as far as you know. And as always, thanks for listening.
We're going to do this, but we're going to do it our way.
You bought a robot, baby?
Wow, that was a joke grenade. That took me a second. Imagine the poop emoji as furniture.
It's weird that we didn't do that 10 minutes ago.
We should have started that before, you know. That makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't we do that?
Too late now.
Matt, you forgot to disclaimer this part. We're old, and we remember how it used to be. There, go. And it was better then, too. You got to put that in there. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly.
While you guys are weaving belts, I'm going to sing this little tune that I wrote.
We think we're funny. On with the show.
This is XRadioX.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's episode 36 of XRadioX. It's the one where we save your classic country station. That's right. I'm Jayce, and with me is Matt. Hey, Matt.
Hello. I mean, yeehaw.
I was like, come on, get in the spirit. I'm not Jayce. I'm Cowboy Jayce.
That's right.
And you're Matt Oakridge.
Exactly.
The long-lost Oakridge brother.
I was going to be one of the Gatlin brothers, but then I remembered that in one of the songs I know, they aren't very good.
What Gatlin brothers song are you thinking about? I don't know a ton of them, so maybe we'll hit on the one I know.
What's the Kenny Rogers song where he's talking about the girl who gets attacked? Aren't they the Gatlin brothers that attack her?
I just think you're making stuff up.
If only there was a Google.
Stop going to Chat GPT and typing in country music. It's not going to work out for you yet. It's not going to work out. So now back to what we were
talking about. Yes. A couple episodes ago, I programmed an alternative rock station, and we compared it to what's currently playing on alternative rock stations. And so
we chose two of them.
Yeah. And so this time you wanted to do inexplicably, and maybe you have
wanted to. I think I was challenged to. I don't know if I wanted to.
So you managed to do the same for classic country.
Yes. Because if I remember correctly, I know you said I wanted to do this. And, you know, I do want to save every radio station out there because I like radio. I believe it wasn't I wanted to. I believe you challenged me to classic country. I believe you actually started with, let's do like active rock or something. I was like, no, let's save that. Yeah. Active rock it's honestly way too broad right now. And you're like, okay, classic country. And I was like, fine. Gauntlet thrown, gauntlet picked up. I'll do it. And I did.
Well done.
And I think my hour of classic country music is going to surprise you. And I think it would surprise some other classic country PDs. And we're going to have to send it to some and see if they hate us.
So unfortunately for me, I took it upon myself to listen to a little classic country this weekend, just to kind of get into the spirit of things. And so I'll be curious if any of the stuff that I just happened to listen to comes up in your hour of music. And then what I went ahead and did is I took, I was trying, and we have connections here, so it's annoying that I couldn't get it to happen, but I was trying to get a playlist from Elmer Aho's classic country Saturday Gold. What is it called? Saturday Gold or whatever it was called. I really wanted to get a playlist from that because they still do like repeats, and they've assembled new programs from his old shows.
I was like, didn't he pass away?
He did, yeah. But they still run it on WFXD, actually.
Really?
Yeah. And so you would think I'm, I have it in there, but I wasn't able to. So, but what's funny about that is I did happen to Google Elmer Aho, and there are people on Spotify who have Elmer Aho playlists.
Oh boy. You put me up against a legend.
Well, I mean, legend versus legend. I think it's only fair.
That is true. Hopefully he stacks up to the task.
And then we're gonna also compare to a traditional hour from I'm just gonna say it. We can bleep it out if we decide not to. Westwood One has classic country stations, and I took an hour from a Westwood One channel. So
we'll Westwood One does. Mm-hmm. Premier Radio Networks. There's a couple other ones out there because I also looked at a few of those too after I did mine to compare. And let's just say Westwood One, call my people. We'll help you out.
Now, before we get started, did you used to listen to country music? Like, did you have a phase or a time of your life where you were country music? Not at all.
No, not at all. I have a certain few country songs that I really like. Like one of my favorite beer drinking songs is Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah. Okay.
If that song is on, Amy's like, oh boy, Jason's drinking beer.
So I that's one of the genres I never really got into. However, I have been country music adjacent for much of my life because my dad and stepmom big into country music. My aunt was a huge Oak Ridge Boys fan. And my dad was into Sons of the Pioneers. So there's a classic country little taste. I know it was around me all the time, but I managed to avoid it for the most part. So listening to it this weekend was kind of fun. Different.
I grew up country music free. Music free. My parents were into R&B and rock and roll.
Yeah.
And that was what I listened to. Motown, classic R&B, contemporary R&B, classic rock and roll, even heavy metal was played in my household. And my uncles, my aunts, they were all into rock and roll too, and R&B and stuff like that, and pop music, lots and lots and lots of pop music. So there was the certain, you get country crossovers every once in a while, like, Elvira. And, songs like that would, they would cross over, Johnny Cash, of course, because Johnny Cash just isn't just country music.
Correct.
He was for a while, but, you hit the 90s and he was everywhere. Everybody was all of a sudden a Johnny Cash fan. So
one of the first songs I memorized start to finish when I was a kid, and this would be like 4 years old probably, was Kenny Rogers' The Gambler.
Oh,
that was a
good crossover.
I had the vinyl record, like my family did, when I was 4 years old, and I listened to it nonstop. And
really,
yeah, that was the first song that I memorized, and I would sing it to anyone who would listen. And I still like Kenny Rogers, but I'm not like I don't have any of his CDs for sure.
Did you ever eat at Kenny Rogers Roasters?
Yes.
I never ate there.
There's one in Flint for a while. It probably isn't still there, but there was one in Flint.
There was one in Saginaw too, and then it turned into like the Altel store, like the cellular company.
Yeah,
and I think now it's like a Nice and Naughty or something, so you can go in there and buy all of your,
nice and naughty things.
Yeah, Saturday night dress up fun. Bought at the Nice and Naughty.
Oh, delightful. All right.
Yes.
Well, I'm anxious to hear what you have compiled for our listening pleasure.
So, Matt, we usually start these things with a certain disclaimer because I'm going to swear, I guarantee, at least one time. So
really?
You told me you wrote a disclaimer.
I do. I have one.
I did not. So this is all yours, buddy.
All right. When you've lost your girl, your dog, and your truck, you're sitting alone on your John Deere drinking beer, you may want to say a few choice words. Sometimes we say those words on this show. You've been warned.
Thank you, Matt Oakridge.
Giddy up. Boom. Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
yeah,
the challenge was create an hour of radio classic country radio to save a classic country radio station.
Good.
So I did that. And I put Jayce's spin on this. And I thought about a classic country radio station. Like, if somebody was going to get me to listen to their radio station that played this type of music, this is what I think me and people in my age range would probably want to hear. Now, just to let everybody know, I'm in my 40s, so you can set the bar there so you kind of know where it's going to go. So I started with that idea. And then the second part was I went and actually looked up what constitutes a classic country radio station in the eyes of the professional radio world.
Sure.
And it really goes from like the 60s, 70s, 80s up to about, they say, like 1991, because there was a very specific change that happened in the early 90s to country music and how it was charted and how it really became pop country. And there was just a lot of things that changed. And anyway, so that's kind of like the cutoff date for most classic country stations. Yeah. So my stuff ranges, I think my earliest song is in the 50s up to like 1989. I don't think I touched 1990, but we'll find out.
Very interesting. So my guess would be, so I told Sluice that we were making this episode, and he said, are you talking classic country like Garth Brooks or classic country like Patsy Cline?
And I would have said yes.
All right, let's begin.
But I can tell you this, we're going to start off, and hopefully this doesn't turn a bunch of people off. There is no Garth Brooks and there is no Patsy Cline in my hour.
I'm good with that. But it's a mood or a vibe versus the actual artists.
You know, before we get started, actually, Garth Brooks is one of the concerts, and I'm usually a big rocker metalhead. That's the type of stuff I like to go to. I regret not going to see Garth Brooks in his heyday.
Yeah, me too.
Because I've seen video, like people put their DVDs and, VHS tapes up on YouTube, and you see footage from it, and boy, oh boy, that dude put on a show.
He put on a hell of a show.
He put on a country show that, at that point in time rivaled the biggest pop stars out there. He was, arguably one of the biggest, stars in the land for a period of time.
Yeah, I would agree with 90s, that.
So, all right. With that all being said, we'll get started. I even got us call letters, and I even got a top of the hour liner. So that's where we're going to start.
Whoa. All right.
I didn't produce it. I didn't have that kind of time, but all right. I did write it. So we're going to get started off. Our station is WMJX, by the way. WMJX.
I like it. All right.
All right. So you're listening to Mid-Michigan's classic country station, WMJX. Now get the fuck off of my lawn. No, you'd beep the fuck out, of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you can't say that on terrestrial radio.
No.
But you get where I'm going. I'm setting the mood.
Would not play in the dentist's office at all.
I'm a middle-aged guy or woman, man or woman. You can yell to get people off your lawn. Mm-hmm. And I'm setting the mood like this is what our station is. We're going to play, that middle-aged, happy most of the time, but sometimes really angry. And I've spent a lot of time on this lawn, so get the fuck off of my lawn, kids.
All right.
And from that, we're going to go into, and I figured this was very apropos, right into Hank Williams Jr., The American Dream. I know, I just went right for the throat. So I'm going to start my hour of classic country music with Hank Williams Jr. The American Dream is from 1982. Good. And honestly, it has all the things you need to be a classic country song. Talks about Jim Beam. Jim Beam's in there.
Check.
Lawyers and kind of contempt for them.
Check.
Contempt for the government.
Of course.
And TV preachers, amazingly enough.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. It's basically a song slagging most of America's perverted vision of the American dream. Got to keep up with the Joneses, right? That was my comment on that song.
I like it. It. That checks a lot of boxes in the classic country bingo card.
Gets us started right off on the right foot. So from there, we'll get a liner drop. I don't know. I didn't really come up with that. It'd be, WMJX.
Yeah.
Country. And then we're going to go way into the classics.
Okay.
With some Charlie Pride, Before I Met You.
Oh. Okay.
1966.
Now, what made you choose that particular tune?
Well, because this is the part where the emails start coming in. Because I figured what a classic country station needs?
What?
It needs, how do I say this without getting us canceled? It needs Charlie Pride in the country world. Because you know Charlie Pride?
Yes.
He's African American.
True.
And
Yes.
I want, in 2 songs, I want people sending me emails telling us we're woke or something. The funny thing is, Charlie Pride's a legend. He's been around. This is from '66, and he was performing well before that. I'm just poking the bear and just, kind of being a prick right now. But
Bears,
it's
if
also,
you want to comment, we would love to see your comments.
it's
5-star
also
review.
a very good song. Before I Met You, Charlie Pride.
Okay, cool.
So from there, we'll crossfade into Reba McEntire.
Okay, that's a classic.
The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Yes. Oh, that's a good song, too.
Yep, this is the one that goes into the 90s from 1991.
I like the songs that tell, most songs tell kind of a story, but I like songs that tell a actual very specific story. And that's one that I think does it really well. And I think that, I don't know if it's a true story, but it's a good story.
No, it's the classic country, a country song story. But here's some interesting fact about it, though. Yeah. Do you know who the first person who actually recorded this song was?
David Lee Roth.
I wish, but no.
No, I don't know who.
Do you remember the show Mama's House?
Oh, wait a minute. Yes. It was
Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence. Yes. I know that version.
She was the first to record this all the way back in 1972.
Wow.
So there you go. Classic country station. First 3 songs.
I'm liking
we
it.
have we've hit it all. We've got diversity.
Yep.
Right out the gate.
Yep. Covered
right out the
many
gate. I was
bases.
going to put like a Trixie Mattel country song in there, but I figured not quite classic country yet.
Who's that?
You don't know?
No.
Are we going to have to take a sidebar here real quick? All right. Everybody put a pause on. I have to tell Matt. Matt doesn't know who Trixie Mattel is. I can't
Is she
believe
the inventor of the Mattel toy empire?
No.
Oh.
Trixie Mattel is a drag queen.
Oh, you listened to that podcast.
Oh, not only do I listen to that podcast, I've also watched the TV show on Discovery called Trixie Motel, where they redo a motel in Palm Springs, and it's fantastic, I have to say. And The Bald and the Beautiful is quite a funny podcast also.
Okay. With
Trixie and Katia. But Trixie does a lot of folk music, and I'm trying to find the song. She just released another song. Let me scroll down through my stuff here.
But it's you would say it might fall, obviously not classic, but it might fall into a country music style.
Oh, it's totally country music. It's totally folk. It's totally country music. I just can't remember the name of the song.
All right.
It's with, I don't know. Go look it up, but it's out there. So there, now that we've taken this completely weird, I did not plan on doing this.
Yeah.
It's a song that I will almost guarantee that if I played it for somebody and they didn't know who it was, they would love the sound and the idea of it, because it's actually a very good song.
Okay.
And I'm looking it up right now because now it is killing me that I cannot remember the name of the song. So everybody just, do something else for a minute while I go figure this out. And we'll just,
I could tell you about the Gatlin Boys.
It's called, feel free. It's called Red Side of the Moon.
Red Side of the Moon.
Yeah, by a band called The Wild Things, featuring Trixie Mattel. And it's very folky. It would fit into a country style, folk style playlist. And not classic, though. I mean, it was literally just released. So,
okay.
There you go.
So if you tuned in for classic, because you're a classic country music fan and you like that type of music, then check this one out. You might like it as well.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right, back to the classic country song. We finished up there. Okay. Our first 3-song set with Reba McEntire, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. I also loved the sitcom Reba. I thought it was funny.
Did not watch it.
No, I did. It's on CMT all the time, so feel free to pick it up if you'd like to. So we go from Reba, and I had to put a cover in for you, Matt.
Thank you.
I know you love covers. I had to put a cover in. I was going to put the original in, but I discovered there's a country cover of it.
Okay.
Now, you know that a lot of folks, especially in the country music genre, like the Eagles, especially from
Yes.
the 70s and 80s. The Eagles, they straddle that line between rock and country.
Yeah.
There was even like a tribute album that was done by a bunch of country artists for the Eagles songs.
Yes, I've heard it.
So I was going to put the Eagles' Heartache Tonight in
Okay.
there.
All right.
But I found out that a very famous 70s and 80s country artist did a cover of that song, and it's actually not bad.
Really?
Yeah, Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty. That's
Conway
a classic
Twitty.
country artist right there.
Yeah, did a cover of Heartache Tonight, and it's pretty true to the original. I think the horns are a little more.
Yeah.
But yeah, from 1983, Conway Twitty.
Anything
Heartache
that
Tonight.
takes record sales away from the Eagles is all right with me.
Yeah, I forgot that you really dislike the Eagles.
I don't dislike the Eagles. I just don't want them to succeed as much as they have. That's all.
Yes, Heartache Tonight is also one of my favorite Eagles songs.
It is a good one. Yes, I
It's
agree.
a good one. It's quite a bop, as the kids say.
It is. I'm anxious to hear the Conway Twitty one.
So from there, we would come out of the Conway Twitty Heartache Tonight
Okay.
cover to what I put in parentheses, Jock Talk. So that would be, Matt Oakridge would come on and tell you about, hey, that was Conway Twitty here on
Coming at you.
WMJX
Mm-hmm.
and our classic country station. And did you know that that is a cover from the 1979, I think it was 79 or 80 Eagles, Heartache Tonight, yada, yada, yada,
Mm-hmm.
Jock Talk. Into the commercial break, we drop a couple 30s, drop a 60.
Okay.
Figure that out in there if we need to adjust for time. And then we do a jock rejoin. So coming out of that, we'll be into our next set of music here. And coming up, we're going to have some more classics. But this one, you might not think it's a classic country song because it rocks just a little bit. But it's
Oh.
definitely country. It's definitely a classic. And it's the Kentucky Headhunters with Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't
see?
listened to them in
Ever?
I can't think of the song I know by them, but I haven't listened to them in a long time.
Is it Dumas Walker?
It might be.
That was like their big hit, I think, off that album. It's called Picking on Nashville from 89. But I picked this one, Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine,
Okay.
because I like to do that. I like to pick the not as popular as the main track.
Yeah. Plus you like romantic love ballads.
And who doesn't like a band with the name Kentucky Headhunters?
I do. I like that.
It's a catchy
Good
name.
choice. Yeah. Agreed. All right. Good. So we're starting off after the break with a good one.
Yep, a good semi-rocking song coming out of the break.
Okay.
And from the Kentucky Headhunters, we're going to go right into Johnny Cash, the Man in
Oh.
Black.
What Johnny Cash song? Because almost all of them are excellent. And most of them, at least 50% of them, people would love to hear. So what did Jayce choose for his representation of all things that he loves about Johnny Cash? What did you choose?
I chose, and here's why. Actually, I'm not going to tell you why. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
So there you go. I hung you out on the cliff, and then I drug you back because I thought about what I was going to say, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, Jayce. Don't say that. You'll sound stupider than just bringing it back in. So I'm bringing that back, and I'm saying I picked Man in Black from Johnny Cash.
Okay. All right. That's a good
Because
one.
I love the color black. I'm wearing green right now, yes, but generally a vast majority of my
That's true.
clothes are black.
I can vouch for that. That's true. Yeah. Okay. So
And
the Man in Black.
funny
Nice.
side story, when I was a kid in kindergarten,
Mhm.
I colored all of my pictures black, and my teacher actually called my mother and had a conversation with her because she was worried that I colored everything black.
Well, if you see something, say something. So I feel like she was just being on the
Yes.
safe side.
And although she was worried, she was also very impressed that I colored within the lines, but everything was black.
So I just want to tell you that so far Reba McEntire was represented in the Westwood One sample hour, but they chose "Love Will Find Its Way to You." I don't know that song.
Nope, I don't know that one either.
And gosh, no Johnny Cash, none of the other ones that you have mentioned. The Elmer Aho playlist has Charlie Pride, though, I believe. Oh no, it does
As it
have.
should.
It has Johnny Cash Sunday Morning Coming Down.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but no Charlie Pride. Sorry,
I'm telling you, that Charlie Pride one's a good song. Go out and listen to it.
I like it.
Before I met you. So We're coming out of Johnny Cash.
Okay.
So we're the Man in Black, and that's the one where he talks about I wear black for essentially he's alluding to all the Vietnam vets that didn't come home and poor people and people who hadn't heard God's word and all of those type of things. If you listen to that song, that's the one where he lists all the reasons that he wears black. I just wear it because I like black. Johnny Cash is a little deeper than me, I suppose.
How do you follow Johnny Cash? How does a program director take an hour and say, well, we've got Johnny Cash. What do we go to from here? Like, this might be a time that I would take a commercial break, because what do you lead? What do you go out of Johnny Cash with?
So we could go to commercial break here, but I figured if I did my time right, we've got just a little bit more time to get us to the bottom of the hour.
Okay.
Got a little bit more time to get us to the bottom of the hour. So what I did is I went, we could go newer, more upbeat in the world of classics, but no. I went the other way. I went older.
Nice.
A little more upbeat with Chet Atkins, Teen Scene.
Chet Atkins. All right.
From 1963.
Teen Scene?
Yes, Teen Scene. It's more of a rockabilly. It was considered probably more of a rock song back then. But Chet Atkins has definitely been an influence on the country scene since he started.
Yeah, and he was big in the oldies.
Yes.
Genre.
Great guitar player, ridiculous guitar player, very good. This was off his 21st studio album. In 1963, he has already had his 21st studio album. Wow. It was nominated for the 1964 Best Rock Album, and peaked at number 93 on the Billboard Pop Album charts.
Wow, he was all over the place.
It was. And another little known fact about this, guess who was on this song with Chet Atkins? Now, granted, this is an instrumental. This song's an instrumental. There's no singing.
A young David Lee Roth.
No, David Lee Roth is not on any of these. So I'll just answer that question right now.
Wouldn't it be cool if it was, though?
I think David Lee Roth would have been like 6 at the time.
Yeah, well, I said young. Okay, who is it?
Anywho, Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed is famous.
Jerry
for playing
Reed
guitar
from Smokey. No, not from Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes, Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes. Huh.
He was Cletus Snow, the snowman.
That's right. Huh.
You know what else Jerry Reed was in?
He was in. No, I don't. Just tell me.
He was in Scooby-Doo as himself. It was I think it was the episode "The Phantom of the Country Music Hall" or something like that.
Or was he Jerry Reed with a mask, and then underneath he was actually Old Man Withers, the fairground operator?
Nah, it was probably Jerry Reed, and they pulled his mask off, and they're like, "It's Jerry Reed again."
All right, cool.
So there you go. That gets us to the bottom of the hour.
Okay.
And then we have Jock Talk out to commercial break.
News, weather, sports.
Yep. 360s, some weather, Jock rejoin with what we'll call, this is what I would instruct the Jock to kind of work this in if this is the music we were picking, if the Jock wasn't me.
Okay.
So we're going to rejoin this on what's the station again? Oh, yeah, WMJX. We're going to rejoin here, the bottom of the hour. I'd like to get you back into the music with something. This is not necessarily a classic yet. Mm-hmm. This is what us here at WMJX would like to call a future classic.
I like that.
From the album The Whippoorwill, it's Blackberry Smoke, and Ain't Much Left of Me.
Wow, that is not a classic, but it's a good song.
If you put it up against a lot of these songs, it wouldn't be out of place.
I agree with that.
It's definitely a country-tinged Southern rock song, and it's just a really good song. And Blackberry Smoke is a really good band.
I got in a little bit into Blackberry Smoke just because they were a buzz on Twitter, but it brings up a valuable point of like, there are a number of artists right now who would really fit. Like, you could make a classic country genre using only new artists, and it would still make classic country fans be like, I like this. Because like, you take Blackberry Smoke, you take Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, there's like
Old Crow Medicine Show.
Well, yeah, there's like so many that would fit. And obviously some, country artists, current country artists have that more classic sound too. But that's really interesting. I think you would confuse people, but in a really good way.
Yeah, if they were listening, I think
Yeah.
I think that's what would happen. And like I said, I'm programming this to get guys like me to listen.
There you go.
And some women too. But if you look at when I was looking through the country classic country stations, their general demographic they were looking for was guys our age.
Right. Yep.
You know, it was I want to say it was like 60-40 or something like that, men to women who listened to classic country stations, which when you listen to a lot of the songs, I kind of get it why a lot more guys would listen to it. But in the world of country, there's a lot of female artists too that are just as good, if not better, and probably more recognized than the male artists. So
yeah, I think that's fair. And I mean, just looking at the sampling of artists, it is mostly male artists. Westwood One was too PC to include what their demo is as far as like female versus male, but they're looking for adults 40 to 64. So
yeah, and I don't remember exactly where I read it, but I remember it leaned a little bit towards male over female.
All right.
And, we're talking about classic artists. Now, we're not going to hit them all in this 1 hour. You can't cram them all in there. But if you think about classic country female artists, Patsy Cline that you mentioned in the beginning.
Yep.
Barbara Mandrell.
Oh, man.
A lot of people don't think of her, but
such a huge crush on her younger sister. I think it's Irene Mandrell. They had a TV show, one of those
that I remember.
Shows.
Yes,
it was Barbara, Irene, and the one with dark hair, Louise. I think it was whoever was the youngest, and she always got eaten by the big giant puppet on the show.
You remember more of the show than I do.
See, I told you I was country music adjacent my whole life, but but that was a memory of the Mandrell sisters. I remember that show, and
we all watched Hee Haw.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
with Roy
definitely.
Clark and all of those folks. I mean, Hee Haw was a staple through at least the mid '80s.
Yeah,
it was I want to say Saturday evenings.
I think that in my recollection as a young radio listener, it seems like the popular country artists of that time were also just being played on pop radio. Like they would be interspersed. Like if you take a Ronnie Millsap, or if you take
Eddie Rabbitt
or Chris Christopherson or people who are, and I mean, even to some degree, Reba McEntire, but they were just in the, in that like blending of either folk pop or pop rock or whatever you might want to call it at the time, Juice Newton, like those types of artists that were popular on radio. That kind of stuff just blended in really nicely.
Yep. And there's one that is going to show up later on in my hour that fits right into that, but I'm not going to say her name quite yet.
Oh, a teaser. Okay.
Yep. So we go from Blackberry Smoke into, because, Ain't Much Left of Me is kind of a song about a colossal, I believe it's the colossal crash of watch him flame out in front of everybody kind of thing.
Which is a good theme, a running theme of a lot of classic country as well. If you're not drunk or losing a loved one, then it's not really country music.
So we go from Blackberry Smoke into George Jones. Gotta have George Jones.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
But I went with the song White Lightning.
I know I would hear it. I would know it if I heard it, but I can't recall what that is.
Well, it's a good old song about country boy and his daddy that makes some good old moonshine. Yes. Exactly. Because I believe what I wrote here was, what good is a classic country station without some George Jones and moonshine? Not
I agree.
Much.
I agree. Should be handed out with each listener. You get a bottle of moonshine and a little transistor radio tuned to the station.
in a 68 Dodge Charger painted like the General Lee.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had that kind of marketing money.
Well, it's our station.
Okay, cool.
So why not? So from there, we'd break out with some jock talk. We'd have them talk a little bit. Like on most stations, they probably would just throw in a liner and get you on to the next song,
right,
or something like that. But on this one, I want, my version of radio. There's an active live jock there.
Yeah, we will engage.
Talking to you, engaging with you. And by all means, if you called into their radio station and you had a request that fit what we were doing, then by all means, they'd pop out one of these songs and put that request in there.
Really? In the moment?
In the moment.
That seems insane.
It is insane. And yeah. But that's what we do. We do insane when
I
it
love
comes
it.
to radio.
Good.
So the
Those
Jock Talk would
things.
get us from George Jones' White Lightning,
Mhm.
talking about moonshine and what goes good with a little moonshine, some drugs.
Sure.
Right?
Of course. Yep.
So I was going to go with Waylon and Willie, but I
Good.
figured that was too stereotypical.
Two on the nose. Okay.
So what I did
Nose.
to these classic country folks, you thought Blackberry Smoke was going to throw them. I went to Brenner and Shipley with One Toke Over the Line.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
It kind of
that
fits if you think about the song.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
it's a
Talks
little
about
folky.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it counts as classic country. Sweet Jesus, I wrote.
Sweet Jesus, it does. Yeah.
It's One Toke Over the Line, Sweet Jesus.
All right. That's nice.
So then
That's
out of there
good.
we get a little imaging
Okay.
into some commercials. We'll have a jock rejoin back to, and this is the female I was talking about. 80s, Urban Cowboy was huge, right? The movie.
Okay. Yes.
So what was the huge song that came off of Urban Cowboy?
Oh.
And I believe this lady's a Canadian.
Sheena Easton?
No. She
Who?
is in a country song, though. I just can't remember what one.
She sings a duet with Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, who is it?
It's
Who's
not that
this?
song, though. This is Anne Murray.
Oh, Anne Murray.
Could I have this
yeah.
dance? Could I have this dance?
Anne Murray.
From
Wow.
1980. It was on the Urban Cowboy soundtrack.
You're right.
And
that
I-
was another crossover artist for sure.
I've just got to ask myself, though, and think of the song. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life?
Mm-hmm.
How many weddings was this song a part of back then? And
Pretty much
probably
all of
still
them.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a waltz too, isn't it? If I recall correctly. I'm trying to hear it in my head. Could I have this dance for the I think it's in 3/4 time. I'm
I'm
sure.
the one who plays music, and I couldn't even tell you. But we'll go with that. It's in
yeah.
3/4 time.
Excellent.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
It might be. Yeah. Okay. So yes.
I
that's a
mean,
good
what
one.
is more wedding and says, forever than could I have this dance
Oh.
for the rest of my life?
And there wouldn't be a dry eye in the reception hall.
And then it would be
Yes.
the running joke at the divorce. Remember when we wanted this dance for the rest of it? I don't even want it for 10 years.
And then right after that song, it would be taking care of business, and everyone would do the alligator.
Do the alligator, yes.
All right. Cool.
So we're going to go from Anne Murray, an urban cowboy. We're going to stay in the 80s and go from 1980 to 1982 with Alabama. And guess what song it is?
Song of the South.
Nope.
Play
me some mountain music.
Mountain music. Yeah.
Yeah, that song.
All right. Okay, good. I respect that one. I do. Alabama has some good songs. Like if you're thinking about that genre and that time period, Alabama they owned it.
Let's take a quick look. They've had to have sold a ton of records. I'm going to go search Alabama record sales and it's going to say only 5 records have been sold in Alabama. Holy cow, this can't be right.
What?
According to Universal France, why is it in France? Alabama has sold over 73 million albums worldwide.
There you go.
Including 46,502,000 in the United States.
So mountain music's a great choice. Another song that used to play on pop radio a lot around that time in the early 80s, Love in the First Degree, was all over the radio.
Wasn't that in a movie?
I don't know. But my favorite, and the one that I alluded to when we were texting about the show, if you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. Because I asked you what time I should start rosining up my bow. And that is from that song, because when I think of classic country, I think of that specific Alabama song. Song of the South is another great one.
You've now reached farther into the Alabama discography than I can go.
Sweet Potato Pie and A Shut My Mouth, I think, are the lyrics.
What?
I'm pretty sure. But you
kind of
country fans would know.
Something rings in the back of my head that you're probably right.
And then of course Dancin', Shaggin' on the Boulevard. It's another good Alabama tune.
Did you work at JPD longer than I did?
I might have, yeah. Yeah.
Just for a little reference to you, for you folks out there, Matt and I both worked at country stations, the same country stations, just at different times.
Yep, exactly. So Alabama is a great choice. I'm glad that it's included in your hour of music. It was not listed, oddly enough, by Westwood One's hour of music, which I think is crazy. There must be something wrong with them.
That's what I've said. Westwood One, just hit us up in the email. I'll give the email at the end of the podcast. You can hit us up. We'll come fix all this for you. We'll help you out.
But Song of the South was listed on the Spotify Elmer Aho American Country Gold compilation playlist. So it was
didn't have Anne Murray?
No. But Anne Murray's a good choice, though. But no, not listed.
No Conway Twitty?
That would be crazy. But no Conway Twitty either.
No Hank?
George Jones, yes. He stopped loving her today was on the list.
Yeah, that's the huge one. I would put that on later in the day parts.
There is no Hank on this one. But I think, to be fair to the person who compiled this Elmer Aho playlist, he skews like super classic. So there's a lot of stuff that I've never heard of that's like 50s, like Ray Price, Marty Robbins, the Sons of the Pioneers, like old country.
Is Marty Robbins that old? Wow.
Well, he sounds old, but maybe not that old. Like I think when I think of Marty Robbins, I think of that song El Paso. It's like a troubadour's. Like he wrote that song while riding on a horse, I imagine. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like it just sounds super old, but I'm not exactly sure when that particular.
Maybe he wrote it while riding on a horse, and that's what America wrote their song about because his horse didn't have a name. Trying to tie it all together here for you.
I think you're right. All right.
So
what else you got?
I have 2 more songs left in my hour of music. So after Alabama, we come through with some imaging.
Okay.
Back to the music. Clint Black, Killing Time.
Okay, Clint Black. Now that's like a late 80s, isn't it? Or
89. It's teetering right there.
Yep.
And that was his first big hit. And then we go from Clint Black. This is where I was like, how do I end this hour?
It's tough.
And originally I was going to end it with Kathy Mattea. Yeah, 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses.
Okay, cool. I'm with you.
So,
I got
it. But then I was like, I can't do an hour of this and not have either Dolly Parton or Kenny Rogers in here somewhere.
Yes.
So I just went and picked Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers together on Islands in the
Stream. Good choice. That's a great song. He's
so
done
do you
some
know
really
who actually
amazing duets.
He has. Do you know who wrote that song?
A very young David Lee Roth.
No, I already told you that's not the answer to any of the questions that I'm going to have. Unless I ask you, who's the original lead singer of Van Halen? And then you say...
David Allan Coe.
Exactly.
I mean David Lee Roth.
I didn't put David Allan Coe in here either, even though he was kind of on my list. I was like, I could fit him in here somewhere.
Yeah, he would work.
But I didn't. He'd fit later on in the day.
Islands in the Stream is great. And that also was huge on just pop radio. It definitely went beyond country. I think like in the, and I would have to really look into this, but I feel like in the early 90s to mid 90s, country music as a radio genre became much bigger.
It became much bigger on the FM side of things.
Yeah, and it was allowed to have, like, stations were able to make money off of it, and so they were able to just focus on, we're not going to do pop that has some country songs. We're going to be 24/7 country music, all you can take. I think that came in, like, the 90s because 80s and even, like, the 70s, it was like, we're going to play the big songs that are country songs. We're going to play them on pop radio, and because
there were country stations, there was KCQ here in Saginaw. They're still a big country station around here.
But I think that they nowadays there are, and not so much now, but like there was a time when there would be several local country stations in your area that you could pick up, as opposed to there's a big one and that's the country station. Like there were several country stations in the 90s and 2000s that previously it's like, okay, we've got a country station somewhere in our range, so we don't need another one.
Well, and when you're going from small town to small town,
Mm-hmm.
in my experience, my limited experience in small towns, a lot of those stations are the country station. They don't have a lot of other stations. A lot of times it's a country station in that town. I don't know. That's just me driving through, small places and going, maybe I just notice it's country music because I don't really listen to a lot of it. So I'm just like,
Right.
ew, I don't want to listen to that because that's not the country music I would want to listen to. But I just noticed that. So yes, we end our hour with Dolly and Kenny, Islands in the Stream. And to answer the question that I asked you that you answered with David Lee Roth, which was wrong, is it was written by the Bee Gees.
Wait a minute.
That big country band called the Bee Gees.
Was it?
Yes.
I guess I can see that happening.
And did you know that song was named after an Ernest Hemingway novel from 1970?
I did not. So thank
now
you.
You do. The more you know. Insert rainbow.
Boom, 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 boom. All right. Well, let me just run through the sample hour of Westwood One, because they do mention a lot of the artists that you mentioned, but then in that sampling, they didn't mention those particular artists because there's just so many to choose from. But first of all, it is kind of a crime that you didn't include Ronnie Milsap. I just have to say, it's a great blend, and I like that you were able to suck people in with new music that they're going to love. And I don't think classic country is, I think they're too scared to do that. So I think that was awesome. But not having, like, I don't know, There's a Stranger in My House, or, what was the other Ronnie Milsap song that's so good? Lost in the 50s Tonight. Oh, that's such a good song. You know that one?
I believe I do.
Oh, so good. So anyway,
I wouldn't have missed it for the world, Matt.
So their hour was Too Cold at Home, Mark Chestnut, Talk to Me by Mickey Gilley, Back on My Mind by Ronnie Milsap. They went with Why'd You Come in Here Looking Like That from Dolly Parton instead of one of the more popular ones. But I like that song. A great, great song by the Statler Brothers, Flowers on the Wall. Love that song. And that was in a Tarantino movie. I can't remember which one. Was it in Pulp Fiction, maybe?
Maybe.
Heartland by George Strait. Sleeping with the Radio On, Charlie McLean. Once in a Blue Moon, Earl Thomas Conley. I Can Tell by the Way You Dance, Vern Gosdin. No idea that one at all. Help Me Make It Through the Night, Sammy Smith. Older Women, Ronnie McDowell. Seminole Wind by John Anderson. Y'all Come Back Saloon by the Oak Ridge Boys. Can't You See?
I almost put that in. I almost put that one in.
That's a good one. Can't You See by Waylon Jennings. Don't Close Your Eyes, Keith Whitley. And Love Will Find Its Way to You by Reba McEntire. It's a good mix.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that Can't You See the same one that's by
Can't You See?
The Marshall Tucker Band?
I don't know. It might be. I mean, it would be weird that there are two songs called Can't You See, but.
And who knew that Keith Whitley wrote the Kicks hit, Don't Close Your Eyes? Nobody would have guessed it.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. And, a lot of like Willie Nelson, Whiskey River, these are some of the ones from Elmer Aho playlist. They went with I Walk the Line, Johnny Cash, and then they also did his cover of Sunday Morning Coming Down. You Never Even Called Me by My Name, David Allan Coe was on their list. They did Allman Brothers Band, Blue Sky, which is an interesting choice. Heartaches by the Number by Ray Price, El Paso, Marty Robbins, Roseanne Cash, Tennessee Flat Top Box, Charlie Rich, Behind Closed Doors, and the Pet Shop Boys cover, It's a Sin by Eddie Arnold.
What?
I'm pretty sure it's not the same song, but Eddie Arnold, It's a Sin.
It would be great if it was.
It would be so good. More people should cover the Pet Shop Boys. They did a covers album. People do their stuff.
See, I would have picked David Allan Coe's The Ride.
I don't know that one.
You don't?
No, I don't. I mean, I might know it if I heard it, but this is the thing. Like, I worked at a country station when I really was not a fan. Like, I was against, like, if country music was in front of me, I would fight it. But so I didn't really immerse myself in it. Like, you know, you go through phases where you just kind of like feel a certain way about a certain thing and you just don't want anything to do with it. And now that I'm older, I'm a little more like, whatever. But at the time I was like, country station. And I did it, but I wasn't really loving it. I think pretty much the only artists I liked that I would play would be like Garth Brooks. I loved Garth Brooks. And Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash. And those are like pretty much the three that I would be hugely on board with, and the rest I just sort of tolerated. But I
was the same way about country, and I still kind of am. If I'm being completely honest, I do not go out of my way to listen to country music.
No,
I have a handful of country songs that I'll go to. Like it's a running joke, but I do like the song "Neon Moon" by Brooks and Dunn. I love that song. I think it's a great song. And when it comes to new country, like my daughter listens to a lot of new country or newer country, so I like. Some of the stuff by the Zac Brown Band is pretty good because, and I think the reason I like it is it's more on the lines of like Blackberry Smoke. There's more rock, Southern rock to it than it is straight up country.
Yeah.
So I get into that a little more. What I don't get into, and is one of the things I really, really don't like about, and I don't like this about certain types of pop music too. So it's not just for one genre, is I really don't like what they consider bro country. And that's
you better get in line because we'll put a boot in your ass if you don't like it.
The funny thing
the
is,
American way.
That's not considered bro country.
That's not considered bro country?
No, bro country is more like Florida Georgia Line.
Okay. All right.
Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, Jay Goen, things like that. Not things, people like that. So even some songs by Blake Shelton are in there, but I couldn't name a Blake Shelton song if you put a gun to my head. I just know he's married to that the lead singer from oh God, what's her name? Gwen Stefani. Jeez.
All right, so "Coward of the County" is a song by Kenny Rogers.
Yes,
the lyrics I'm going to read for you. Obviously, the chorus: "Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. It won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand, son. You don't have to fight to be man." The Gatlin boys just laughed at him when he walked into the bar room. One of them got up and met him halfway across the floor. When Tommy turned around, they said, "Hey, look, Old Yella's leaving." But you could have heard a pin drop when Tommy stopped and locked the door. So, yeah, exactly. 20 years of crawling was bottled up inside him. He wasn't holding back. He let him have it all. When Tommy left the bar room, not a Gatlin boy was standing. He said, "This one's for Becky," as he watched the last one fall. And I heard him say, "I promised you, Dad, not to do the things you've done. I walked away from trouble when I can. Now, please don't think I'm weak. I didn't turn the other cheek. And Papa, I should hope you understand. Sometimes you got to fight when you're a man." So he beat up the Gatlin brothers, which is weird because at the time that this song came out, the Gatlin brothers were actually a popular country music group.
Maybe there's some heat there we don't know about.
So the rest of the song, the Gatlin brothers do some pretty bad things to Becky, and he gets revenge. And I don't know if the Gatlin brothers were ever, stood trial for that. But Kenny Rogers managed to take it out of him. So that's what I was thinking of early on in the show, and I had to look it up. It was the Gatlin boys. I know. He could have used any name. Like, first of all, I don't know if Kenny Rogers wrote the song, so I shouldn't really say. But when you're writing a song and you can use any name, why would you use a name that people will immediately say, "Well, wait a minute, the Gatlin brothers, I have their albums." Like, I don't know.
It's funny that you bring up Kenny Rogers and we're talking Kenny Rogers because there was a specific song I remember by him, but I could not remember the name of it. So while you're telling the Gatlin brothers story, I went digging for it.
Is it "Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town"?
No, it's not "Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town."
It's a good one.
It's the song "Just Dropped In."
Just dropped in. Oh, that was from the.
It was Kenny Rogers in the first edition.
In the first edition, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my yeah, and that was on was that in The Big Lebowski, I think?
Yes, it was in
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, that was a funny scene from The Big Lebowski.
And it's also weird, like when you hear Kenny Rogers sing that, and then you
Mhm.
listen to Kenny Rogers sing like The Gambler, you're like, is this the same person?
I know. It is a little weird, but he's got a lot of, even though his voice is like, I don't know, pretty recognizable, he's got a lot of range. He does ballads really well. He does a bunch of really cool duets. And a bunch of those old, I'm a cowboy rolling through town, shooting up the place. Like he's got some good stuff, Kenny Rogers. And not too bad chicken. The chicken's okay.
The chicken's okay.
I didn't mind it.
I don't think it's even open anymore.
And I don't think he cooks it, but
No, I don't think he does either.
It was pretty good.
So there it is. There's
like
my hour of classic country music to save your classic country station.
All right, country station program directors, I know that you are listening. I know that you heard about this show and are waiting with pens to paper, furiously scribbling things that will change the world of radio for you. And so first off, we would like to say you're welcome.
I believe that they're probably scribbling, don't hire these guys.
First, we'd like to say you're welcome. Secondly, we would like to slide our own piece of paper across the table with a number on it. And maybe you'd be willing to...
It's a pretty big number, but it'll be worth it for you in the long run.
It's a win-win is what we like to say.
Yes. We win with lots of money, and you win by not having to program your station anymore. See how that works?
Yeah. I think it's great. It's fantastic.
So there you go, folks. We just saved your classic country station. Of course, we're going to have all the playlists for all these different things in our notes in the podcast app. So whatever podcast app you're in, go to the notes, go to the description. You'll find the playlist. We usually do that all on Spotify because we're lazy and it's easier for us that way. So,
amen. And if you do happen to listen and enjoy what you heard, please, we love to get a 5-star review. Leave us some words too. The stars are fantastic, but we like to read the words. So if you have any, positive things to say or, constructive criticism, we'll take that too. And we just really appreciate it.
If you just want to troll us, I'm fine with that. I just want the attention.
I would love that. That would be great. Yeah. I would love to have someone like just every episode, just tell us what they wish we did differently.
Yeah,
because that would be cool. It might end up being my mom though, because I know she does listen.
Yes,
and she often says, "Well, you guys talk about music a lot."
It's kind of what the show's about.
We do.
Mom.
She's not wrong. I mean, if you were to just know us from this, we talk about music a lot. It seems excessive. If this is all you know about us, we really do talk exclusively about music.
We do talk exclusively about music, and we even talk about music outside of this.
Yeah.
To give you an example of that, last night I was texting Matt, and I said I completely forgot how big of a banger "You Got It Bad" by Usher was.
Oh, yeah.
How did I miss that?
Song. Jose is into Usher. Sometimes when he's doing the dishes, he'll just ask the tiny robot to play Usher, and I'll just come in the kitchen and be like, that's my boy. He specifically asks for Usher. It's cool. I mean, I don't mind it. It's better than a lot of the stuff that they listen to in the playroom, like that are just songs about farts, like nonstop. You would not believe how many songs exist that just are about farts, but they have found them all.
Have you heard the song "It's Raining Tacos"?
Yes. Oh, they listen to that all the time. There are sequels too. Like
there is.
It's I don't know. It's Raining Burritos or something. If he were here, he would tell you all of them. But they listen to that. They listen to that all the time.
See how quickly we shifted gears from classic country. We're like done with that.
I know.
Have you heard "Raining Tacos"?
It's like a palate
standout track. Oh yeah, I remember my middle boy came home. Dad, have you heard the song "It's Raining Tacos"? And I was like, that's not even a song, dude. He's like, no, it is. And he pulled it up on YouTube. And I said, oh, Lord, what is happening here?
It's a song. It's just like that stupid dance Gummy Bears song.
What? I don't know about this.
I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear. I'm not going to start. It's already. I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
When you said that, I was like, gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere.
I wish it was that one. I wish.
Adventure that beyond compare.
It'd be
We are the
delightful.
gummy bears.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh, I could
know-
sing that entire song.
Oh, that's it. That's all
I
you
know
get
all the
from me.
verses. I know the
There's
alternate
verses.
lyrics. Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So there you go, folks. There you go. It's our Save Your Classic Country radio station, and a little bit about songs that you probably will never, ever care about unless you have, 7 to 15-year-old boys and girls. I'm sure girls like raining tacos too. If you
Who
want to
wouldn't
get
like tacos raining?
if you wanna send us a note, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. We have an email address because we're in our 40s, so we
Yeah,
should
send
have
us
an email
email.
address. It is xradiox.feedback@gmail.com. It'll be in the show notes. Go down there and click on it, and you can tell us we are great, that we suck, or whatever in between.
Yeah. And if you do, there's a good chance we might read it on the next podcast.
Oh, we might read it, and I'll probably respond too.
Fantastic. All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We are XRadioX.
Good night.